And hello everyone, my name is Frittonic, and this is going to be a new series starting now ever since I finished Eve. We're going to be sticking to the horror genre type games, because as you can see, we're playing Penumbra Overture. Yeah. Because it's just a type of game. It's a game series that I think there's 3 games to it, so it's gonna be a rather long series. I might have games in between them, probably, because I don't want to like overdo it. Yeah, it's gonna be a trilogy of games. And this is obviously the first one. I don't know much to anything of it though. That's the thing. The most I've played of the Penumbra series is the second one, Black Plague, but even then, it's just the beginning of the game. This is gonna be a fresh start. No idea what to expect, don't know what is going on, nothing. Basically blind, I just know that it exists. Let's begin though with a new game. Normal, because I don't want this to be a bitch, because I'm pretty sure it's already hard on its own, like it's aspects. My story began in February year 2000.
For my part,
so look at that.
I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolutions, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would.
That's fair.
I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago. And so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time.
How the fuck?
My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for 2 things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland.
Yo!
It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind.
No.
We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Interesting. No idea. Oh, that's rough. Gotta keep in mind. Oh, never mind. It looks a bit better now. But I was just gonna say, I actually kind of like the way it looks, but the text isn't that high quality because this isn't the resolution it normally is run at. Like, I'm running this at 1440p. You sometimes can't even get this to run at 1080p. Like, at the font they were to 800 by 600, and it had ginormous black bars. Like, it didn't stretch though for some reason when it was set to that. No, it stayed in a small box in the center of the screen. So, but I had to go into like the game files and change it because the in-game settings don't allow that option. Also, looks like I will have to do some voice acting. Finally, we're almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick up things using left mouse, and I can still take a closer look at things using right mouse. Okay, yeah. Yo, Jack. Whiskey, empty, shame. Damn, I would want me some Jack Daniels. Yeah, also, to let you guys know, in case you don't know anything about Penumbra, or the series, it was made by the people who made Amnesia. which I hope you know that game at least. Yeah, this is like, I think made just like, it was a series before they made Amnesia. So, you might see some similarities, as Amnesia was what you did in Amnesia was based off of everything made in Penumbra. So I'm pretty sure it's using the same engine. This is obviously an earlier version of it. Always good to have a notebook, which is N, to jot down interesting information and reminders, which is P. I feel like that's going to be a useful thing to do. I think I left my torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. It can be opened using the left mouse on it, holding the button down and using the mouse. Always travel with a padlock and a key, preferably. Mine's in the inventory tab. Yo, glow stick. Could come in handy if the torches run out of batteries. I love physics sometimes. I should be able to access it through my inventory or with the shortcut G. Also, yeah, this is doing leaning. Woo, 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 is gonna be a common thing to do because you're gonna want to be able to look over corners a lot. The flashlight switches on and off via the tab or hopefully with the shortcut key. Yeah, okay. Okay, hold on. I need to fix 1.4 because it goes in twos. That's a bit better. There seems to be a weird mouse thing where my my mouse is kind of like lies somewhere. Ah, some batteries to power my flashlight. Sweet. Perfect. Yeah, the mouse seems to be a bit glitched. It might be because of the really high resolution. It's not really happy with it's not really happy with, yeah, see, like that right there. It's gonna be doing that a lot. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I left you a little something to remember me by in the chest by the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board, taking shifts because of it. There is no way to get your rest. There's no way to get your rest, damn it. What does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need, so you can come home to me safely, and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know. I've washed these overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming with any trout. I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well and don't say anything. Stow them well in the ice and I'll do something special with them to celebrate with when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. Fisherman Aaron's wife. Yeah. Fuck you. Oh god, that's gonna get probably really annoying. Out the door. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I had been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after, and my hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. So it's gonna be like a jump cut. So cold, don't know where I am, need shelter soon. Oh god. My entire head went numb a long time ago, but I can still feel the wind roaring past. Okay, can't read that. Thank you, game. Appreciate. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't care, I need shelter. Ah! Cool. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got some shelter. Don't know where we are, but that's fine. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Okay, game can't. Oh, okay. Empty box of ammunition. What is this place? Steel rod. More box of ammunition. Oh, another flare. Oh. Let's see. I can swing this hammer if I hold left mouse, and I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right, and following through by pushing left. This is a really interesting way they're doing this. Like, they're trying to make it seem like he's actually telling himself how to do this, but wording it in like gameplay speak so the player understands what to actually do. I reckon if I hold down mouse right after a backswing, I should still be able to look around. These shelves are as old as everything else around here. It could be over 50 years since anyone's been in here. Yeah, no, that's pretty old, but it doesn't look like none of this is really useful for me. It's stuck. There must be something in the way. Aha! Would you look at that? I'm a clever bitch. Now you can still turn around, it seems. Oh. Shit. I was trying to do the thing. I should be able to, ooh. Why does it do that? Spooky tunnel. Oh, I think does it just lead to that? Okay, yeah, never mind. It's just being. Whoa! This hatch is seriously solid. It won't be opened by hand. Someone obviously wanted to keep people out or in. It's a weird how everything like does that. Like a night vision kind of thing. This is some kind of industrial mechanism, although there's a hole in the center, no way to operate. And open the door finally. Get these pieces out of here. Like literally everything is physics. Can be done with physics and whatnot. Oh yeah, that was a pretty high fall. Jesus, you're lucky you didn't break through this grate. Don't know what this is. Oh, battery. And health. I'm as fit as can be expected. Metal rod, actually. That's probably what I should be doing here. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by two solid metal hatches located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given much thought into it before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers. All there, if something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me. Friends, parents, teachers. Were too scared or too far away. Interesting. Okay. Click. There is something living down here. Heroics are the Hollywood actors in fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against something down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. Okay, interesting. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd best be staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's a threat. Crouching by pressing left control. I already know that as I had to do that, so it's kind of weird that it's telling me now. Will give me a chance to hide in the shadows. I'll know if I got it right because of the blue tint in my vision. Yeah. Plus, I should be quiet enough that I won't be hurt unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources though. Understandable. So like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is one of the game's the people who make Penumbra and Amnesia make pretty like realistic and difficult stealth systems. Like you have, it's like there's crouch based cover like mechanics and everything. You can hide behind the boxes in front of, like, just over there, like whatnot, hide behind a door, etc. Like you can actually use the environment to help yourself hide. It's mostly based around the whole most likely if you can't see them, they can't see you type of deal is probably what it's based around, I'd say. My best bet is to hide for a couple of seconds or so, perfectly still. Like that, I'll be virtually invisible, and after some time, I should get my night vision back, provided I stay still. And objects can make sound, which can attract AI, and I don't know why I said it as AI, but like monsters, if there's any like creatures around or anything. Objects, if like a bottle, that would make sound and attract them. You can use that to your advantage though, and throw something really far to attract them in one direction and you go off in another direction. This must be old if they were still using perforum lamps. Looks like there's still some juice left. Can I not? But I can't turn it on. Epic. Very cool. A wooden box. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a steel box. My bad. So, is it your location? Okay, I'm right here. Oh, so I entered from the exit. Oh, okay. Where was 9? Do list. The entrance to the cave has caved in. There must be another way out. Well, the thing is, that wasn't the entrance, because we came through that door, and that was called the exit. So we gotta find the actual entrance. But where would that be? The nearest area is the office, so I'm assuming we go there first. I guess I can... Okay, yeah, you guys probably do want to see. I just realized that it might be a really dark. I should probably have the... I love that the flashlight has like the physics kind of thing where like it moves around. Like you're actually holding it around. I love that stuff. Okay, office. Ooh. August 15th, 1945. Yep, it's definitely been 50 plus years. Command bunker, emergency airstrip Zulu. Weekly report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipment received. Standard emergency drills carried out. Routine runway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice a week from here on in due to increased snowfall, and 1 wounded. The 1 wounded figure is no cause for concern back in London. The Germans haven't extended their front line by 400 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in a workshop/armory and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this, in that I allowed them access to the demolitions manual we kept in the storeroom, and I'm sure that's where they learned the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in the chest in my office, and will keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined, and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that the most suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but the matters is out of my hands. This space is so disconnected sometimes. I feel as if the war could end, but we might not even hear about it out here. Did the war end yet? I know I should know this, but like I am horrible with dates, so like is that when, which war is that, World War I? They think it's like this is near the end. Supplies requisition order. Dynamite for evacuation purposes. 7 bayonets. Not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states that we should have a full complement. 1 industrial ice pick for removing the damn ice that forms on the external hatch. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C. An order for myself. My glasses are in a rather poor state of repair and could do with replacing. Reconditioning of the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and evacuation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find. An artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at this artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can't discover the source of the light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO Mr. Major. Major. Okay. What is this? Backstrin. What the fuck is that for? What? Oh, there it is. Might come in handy. Don't know what that does, but what's this? A man, an old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before, still I know. This man before me is Howard. I call him father. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. It's an old artifact. What is that doing? Is that the save system? I might never get used to that. I think that's the save system. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Key. More reading. How long is this one? Okay, it's short. Yeah, we're going to do a fair bit of reading. Copenhagen Post, Monday 17th, August 1930. So this is even older. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of Death Mine. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mine-altering chemicals naturally sown onto the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at the Greenland mine. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the last 100 years are abnormally high, and 48 deaths per 100,000 populace, compared to the national average of 29. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's quite a bit higher. Jeez. On further investigation, experts diagnosed in many of the miners symptoms in common with the early stages of paranoid schizophrenia. Oh, so the skits. Sweet. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lysergic acid, a pH4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties, may be present in the rocks. Few locals were conducive to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits known as the Turngati live in the mountains. The university is awaiting the results of chemical testing. Studies continue. Copenhagen Post article. More drawers. What are all these? The text on the page is all illegible. Years of damp and cold to dissolve its meaning forever. Okay. Damn. Kinda deep though. Oh! Wait. I shouldn't be able to do that. It's not perfect. The physics aren't perfect. But... Okay. That is expected. What is this? Fuck old technology! Oh, I opened the fucking hammer. Ooh. Oh, flare. Yeah, all of these rotten wood shelves must be the added moisture from the grate. This whole room is putrefying or whatever. Come on. Whoa. Beef jerky. Ooh. Ew. He knows how old that is. What does he say? Beef jerky not without aroma. Yeah, I can't imagine that's good. Painkillers. Sweet. That will come in handy. Locked. But I have a key. Sweet, what's this? The Book of Explosives. Okay, cool. Might come back to that later. I've done a fair bit of reading already. I don't want to read too much. More beef jerky, sweet. Seeing how this is the save state, I'm gonna call it here. So far, this is pretty interesting. We're in a abandoned mine, but yeah, we seem to be in this really weird, really old, like World War I type bunker that don't really know what it was used for. It seemed to be a mine at some point at some reason, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and leave a like and comment if you want about like what you think of the game so far, or if you have other games that want me to play and try out. That would be really helpful. Anyways, thanks again. Goodbye.